Hey folks, today's a good day. It's a good Thanksgiving day. Happy Thanksgiving out there. Today I'm going to be doing something for Throwdown Thursday that traditionally our family has never eaten on Thanksgiving, but many families have. This is a special request from a friend of mine. He asked if I could make some matzo ball soup. I thought, hey, I'll give that a try. That sounds pretty good. So today I'm going to try something I've heard about quite a bit. I may have tasted a long time ago, but I know I've never made it. Today we're going to make some matzo ball soup. And the star of the show, matzo meal. Let's use this to make some matzo balls. Let's get rolling. Here's what we need for our matzo balls. Of course, we need the matzo meal, some eggs, a little chicken stock or water. We're going to throw some dill in there. Season it with salt and pepper. And for the record, I'm making my matzo balls the way a lot of traditional home cooks make it, with vegetable oil. I should be using schmaltz, which is rendered chicken fat, but I can't find any of that around here in Fond du Lac. A few eggs. Vegetable oil. Again, if you have schmaltz, use that. That'll make it taste even better. Some chicken stock. Chopped dill. A little bit of salt. And some pepper. Now, let's beat this up really good. And now our matzo meal. This is basically just unleavened crackers. Simply flour and water baked till it's crispy, and then they grind it up. I will have the recipe for the matzo balls in the description. Now, let's mix that all up. This is going to be a bit soupy at first, but we're going to let this hang out in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour, probably a lot longer, because while this is hanging out in the refrigerator and that meal is soaking up all this liquid, we're going to make our chicken soup that's going to go with this. Okay, let's let this hang out in the refrigerator for a while we make our chicken stock and our chicken soup. Our chicken soup is going to start by making the chicken stock. I'm going to throw some celery in there. Carrots, part of an onion with the peel still on, a little bit of dill, some parsley, throw some water in there. I'm seasoning up with some salt, a bit of pepper, garlic powder, and a bit of thyme. I'm going to put chicken in here, let it simmer for about 45 minutes. Then I'm going to take the chicken out, debone it, and put the bones back here and let this stock simmer for quite a bit longer. And there we go. I put a lot of chicken in here. As I said, I'm going to take this chicken out after about 45 minutes of simmering. Going to debone it and use some of the chicken for the chicken soup. And all that other chicken I have in here, I'm going to use for something else on another day. So let's let this come to a simmer and let it go for about 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes are up. I'm going to remove the chicken pieces now and debone them. I'm then going to return the bones and probably the skin back to the stock and let it go for another couple hours. Okay, that's a lot of chicken. Like I said, I'm not using it all in this chicken soup. I have other plans for some of this chicken. I'm going to debone this after it cools off a little bit because, man, it is hot right now. And then we are going to return the bones back to the stock and let that simmer a bit longer. Time to add the bones back in and a little bit of skin. We're going to let that simmer for an hour or so. Then we're going to make our matzo balls. Okay, this has been simmering now for a couple hours. I think we have some really good chicken stock here. I'm going to strain all these big chunks out of here, defat it a little bit, and then we're going to start making our matzo balls and then put our chicken soup together. Time to form our matzo balls. This has been cooling in my refrigerator for 2.5 hours now. You can use a little scoop here. Scoop some out. And start rolling them out into little balls. I'm going to throw a little bit of oil on my hands just to make that a little easier. That's like an inch. These are going to expand quite a bit when we boil them. I won't make you watch me roll all these. We're going to put it on hyperspeed now. Just like that. 15 matzo balls. My matzo balls are pretty small. Some people like really big ones. I think I'm going to like these small ones. They're going to expand when I boil them. Speaking of that, let's put these in some boiling water and simmer them for 30 or 40 minutes. I have some water boiling here. We're going to put these in quite gently. Try not to burn myself. This is salted water I have here. Some people cook the matzo balls right in the chicken soup. We're not going to do that. We're going to make these separately. All right, we're going to let this come up to a simmer. I'm going to cover it, and we're going to let these simmer for about 30 or 40 minutes. In the meantime, let's start throwing together our chicken soup. I'm starting by heating some oil in this stock pot. I chopped up some onions, celery, and carrot. We're going to cook those a little bit first. Sometimes when I make chicken soup, I just put the raw vegetables right in the stock. But more often than that, I give it a quick little saute just to enhance the flavors a bit. The matzo balls are cooking away. I might have to turn that down just a bit. Okay, it's been a few more minutes and those are looking good. I'm going to add my chicken stock. This was simmered for about 2.5 hours with all those vegetables and all the chicken bones. That's a nice, deep, rich stock. I'm going to add some dill. I usually don't add dill to my chicken soup, but a lot of the recipes I saw for matzo ball soup, they call for dill. So we're adding dill. And some chopped parsley. I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes, then add that chicken. And then about 15 or 20 minutes after that, the matzo balls are going to be done, and we're going to have some matzo ball soup. Time to add our chicken. This chicken soup would be great with some noodles in it. Cream it, put some dumplings in there. My absolute favorite comfort food. But today, matzo ball soup. These are done, and man, have they increased in size. Let's go big time and put 2 matzo balls in there. I think it's time we give this a try. Magically split into 2 because I have a special taste test guest. Hey, look who's here. It's Patti.
Hi there.
She's going to try matzo ball soup. Have you ever had matzo ball soup before?
No.
No. Well, I may have a long time ago in some deli. Remember we visited New York for a long weekend? I think I may have had matzo ball soup there. This is going to be interesting. Not traditionally a Polish food or an Irish food, but we're going to give it a try. Usually how this is eaten is you take a little chunk out of the matzo ball. So it's like you're cutting your own dumpling. And then you can have some soup with it. And then down she goes. Cheers.
Cheers. It tastes like chicken soup.
Yep.
With soda crackers.
It kind of does. It's like mushed up soda crackers. I went through all that work.
When I was a kid, I put butter on soda crackers and dip it in my chicken soup.
Mm-hmm. Just like that, eh?
Yep.
Well, okay. Bringing you back to your childhood, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's good. Mm-hmm. I may have put a little too much salt in that water that I boiled the matzo balls in because I noticed these are a little bit salty.
Yeah, but if you take it with the rest of the soup, it's good.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, good chicken soup, eh?
Yeah, always.
We're going to finish this off. Hey, give this a try. I will have the recipe in the description. And again, thanks to my friend out there on the internet, YouTube world, you know who you are, who suggested this. Cheers. And by the way, the big kahuna says hi. Well, that was fun and a bit of an experiment. Never made matzo balls before. Really not sure if I'm going to make them again, but you know, this matzo meal can be used for all sorts of things. Can use it as a breading for chicken or fish, maybe even as a filler for some meatloaf or some sausages. Well, I learned lots of things during the making of this video. I researched matzah and what that's all about, and man, there's an interesting history. And I'm glad I did it. Any day I can learn something and try something new, it's a good day for me. I hope whatever you're doing today, it's also a good day. See you next time.